Good morning and welcome to your Daily Sparks. You know, if you look back on history at some of the most influential people in history, very often they're a little bit of a surprise at the start. In Exodus chapter 1, who's going to change history here? Kings, pharaohs, the wealthy? Well, sure, they all can. But more often than not, like in Exodus 1, it's the power of common, ordinary men and women who, with little social standing, little money, who stand in faith and reshape the world. So when the king of Egypt called for all of the young boys to be slaughtered, he summoned two midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, who instructed them to murder all of the newborn Hebrew babies. But these midwives feared God more than they feared Pharaoh. And so despite the king's threats, they decided to not do it. They all said, oh, they're so vigorous, these Hebrew women, they have their children too soon and we can't get there in time. Although they had no way of knowing it, their risky decision helped to spare the life of Moses, who went on to become God's ordained deliverer for the nation of Israel. In civil disobedience, Shiphrah and Puah risked their lives to protect the children of God that were placed in their care. They didn't obey the law of the lands, they obeyed a higher law, which was God's law. And their bravery prompted God to show them kindness by blessing them with families of their own. And no doubt their children and their grandchildren took part in the great exodus out of Egypt. See, at a strategic juncture in history, these Hebrew midwives, unknown, pretty much politically powerless, socially disadvantaged, these Hebrew midwives defied the ruler of Egypt and changed history. Now, their perilous choice to do the right thing protected the line of Abraham and protected the line of the Messiah, thus fulfilling God's plan not just for the Hebrews but for the whole world. So these unknown women who we don't read about anywhere else, who were poor, who were not, of social standing, not politically adept, these unknown women changed the course of history for the entire world. You can do the same if you walk faithfully with your God. We'll see you tomorrow on Sparks.